Could you kind of talk about kind of the traditional publishing route?
Yeah, actually, all you have to do is have an idea for a book, and they send you $100,000. No, that's not true. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Um, so it's like this: publishers are in the business of publishing your book, and they're really good at that. By and large, they're not exactly in the business of promoting your book. It's not really what they're designed to do, it's not what they're set up to do. Now, this varies. It depends on whether you're doing nonfiction or fiction. It depends upon what niche it's in. It depends upon how well known you are. It depends on a lot of things. But by and large, people think that if you write the book, the publisher will publish it and sell it. They'll publish it and make it available. This is a simple way of looking at it. You've got traditional publishing and self-publishing. They call them trad and self. If you trad publish, like you traditional publish, you've still got to promote the book as if you would self-published. If you self-publish, which is another totally equally viable channel, if you self-publish, you've still got to produce a quality product as if it were traditionally published. And these are the two biggest mistakes I see authors make, starting authors make. Write a book, just exactly like you said, Alex. Write a book, get an agent, get a publisher, get a deal. This is fantastic, and think that the job is done. And unfortunately, it's not. Most of the time, you need to really be in the business of promoting the book. That's why typically, especially for a nonfiction book, if you're going to publish a book like in your profession or in your expertise, the first thing the agent and the publisher are both going to want to know is, what's your platform? And what they mean by platform is, how many people can you reach? How many copies can you sell? Not out of the back of your car, not in your, on your website, but how many people can you get the word out to? How much buzz can you create about this book? Now, if you can create a lot of buzz, publishers great in following up on that buzz. But often advice you'll hear an agent give a starting nonfiction writer is, this is a great idea for a book. I recommend you spend a year first building your platform. That's what they mean by platform. Now, if you're already a best-selling writer, then you got a platform. If you're a nonfiction person and you have a blog, if you have 100,000 followers on Twitter, like Alex does, almost really close by the time this broadcasts. If you're like a social media influencer, or if you have you're on a speaking circuit, or if you have corporate clients who have lots of employees, all of whom want copies, if you have some way of reaching a large amount of people, or if you have access to traditional media because that's the world you travel in, you can get radio shows and TV spots and so forth, cool, then that's part of your platform. There's lots of ways of building a platform, but without a platform, nobody knows about your book, and the publisher won't create a platform for you. So that's, it's just a fact of life of particularly now when there's so much noise in the world. There's so many books being launched every day that you may have a fantastic book, but they won't be the path to your door for your mousetrap unless they know about it. They have to know about it.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important point to make, is like, there's one that's like selling that book, getting that book deal, then it's writing that great book, then it's actually promoting and telling people about that great book. And it's actually like three separate parts, if not more. And it's not just writing a good book is like, that's not just, you have to do a lot more than that as a author. As you say, you also have to be like a marketer.
And I'm not a very good marketer, honestly. And that's one reason that I've made a career out of co-authoring with people who are good marketers. But I'm learning how, because in this phase of my career that I'm in right now, I'm starting to move into books where I know that I'm going to need to do some of the heavy lifting. I'm starting to learn, better. There's so many tools for doing that, and there's so many. It's not rocket science. I hate to say it, but it does take some time. When you're a writer, you're an entrepreneur. That's just what you are. You're an entrepreneur. So hope you like being an entrepreneur. I do.
Yeah, you definitely have to wear a lot of hats in the industry.